Should have started it earlier. Not doing an actual anthem or anything. Oh, we're good.
21. 21. You need to size up the shorts, bro. 21.
Welcome everyone to Brunswick High School for this preseason basketball game between the Lisbon Greyhounds and the Brunswick High School Dragons. Ethan, so good to have our first ever basketball stream as we get started with Brendan Shaw inside. He'll get his own rebound and put it away for opening points. Ethan, your first time here on BHSN. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good to be here. Strong start for Brunswick as we see Lisbon come back with the ball here.
Here for the Greyhounds is Bowemeyer, and Trevor Garish will get the rebound. Pass it up the court. Shaw to Gray. Gray dribbling with his right hand to the paint. He gets inside, puts up a layup, and scores. Dragons up 4-0 quickly.
You know, I know it is early, Robbie, but with these early points, it'll be interesting to see how soon we can get these other guys into the lineup, as it is a preseason scrimmage, so we're going to try to work guys through, I assume.
That's a great point. Back out to Long. Puts it across for the Greyhounds. Another pass. Bowemeyer. Back across with Morissette. Morissette puts it up, and it's short. And the save out of bounds. Bowemeyer passes, and Gray's able to get the turnover. Logan Gray having a good start as he dribbles up the court. Going to take it right inside, go for another layup, and score again.
Great finish from the Dragons. That'll be Logan's 4th point of the game, so strong start. Coach Clark is going to love to see that.
Absolutely. Oh, Gray again, another turnover, and off the referee. It will.
Seems like the ref may have gotten in the way there. Interesting call to give this one to the Greyhounds.
Shaw is going to pressure. Greyhounds get inside. Bowemeyer feeds it around to Morissette. Morissette will pass back to Long. Long, back outside. Morissette, Bowemeyer. Bowemeyer cutting inside. Shaw is going to wrestle away from him and wins it. And we get a whistle.
Really strong start from this Dragon defense, Robert, as we see at number 30, Alan Swain take out number 3, Logan Gray. Swain will now put the ball into play to the point guard, Brendan Shaw.
Shaw will start, and he will bring it into the offensive zone. There to Trevor Garish, star football player. Here is Lay, inside to Garish, puts it in.
And yeah, that'll be a foul. Garish will go to the line. And here's the shot from Garish. That will be just off the rim. Garish with his 2nd attempt. Garish gets a point there as the Greyhounds take over, and they will bring it up the court now. Cummings on defense here. Strong defense. Oh, it almost forces a turnover there. Will stay strong. Greyhounds can't seem to get much rhythm going here on offense. Pass is thrown. Seems to be a bit of confusion. Lay is there. Greyhounds just trying to get anything going they can. This Dragon defense is just pretty strong right now. Garish will force the turnover, and that will be a foul.
Thank you, Ethan, for taking over for a moment. Had to throw a little advertisement up on the Instagram to get a few more viewers in here. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us. Always great to have some basketball here, even if it's only a preseason game. Cummings inbounds to Shaw, who's going to drive inside, relatively uncontested, and puts up another layup. Beautiful there by Shaw.
And it looks like the Greyhounds will take a timeout there. That is definitely necessary as the Dragons just 9-0 run to start the game here.
Now, I was here for the junior varsity game before, and it was a bit of a similar result. Big win for the Dragons.
Yeah, Robbie, and that brings the question, as this is a preseason scrimmage, when are we going to start to see some of these other guys, as Coach Clark wants to see some different options here, some different personnel on the court. So it'll be interesting to see at what point he tries to work those guys in.
Yeah, I think for right now, still got a ton of time left. Should be interesting to see, though. I'm excited to see a bunch of young players on this Dragons team. Excited to see them get in as the game progresses.
Yeah, we are just a few minutes into the game, so good to see a strong start from the Dragons. Greyhounds will possess it up the court. Still looking to get something. Oh, and that will be a turnover forced by number 10, Brendan Shaw.
And we'll get the Dragons ball once again. This is Swain to inbound. Passes it back to Shaw. Shaw will dribble slowly, guarded by Morissette. Shaw passes to Garish. Garish at the top of the three-point arc. Will dribble with his left hand, approaches, goes back to Swain. Swain has an open long two attempt, and it rim, backboard, and out. Garish wrestling for the rebound, and we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, that'll be the first foul of the game for the Dragons. That'll be on number 33, Trevor Garish.
I believe Garish did not like that call. You could see him complaining a little bit. Here's Morissette dribbling up for the Greyhounds. He'll pass to Bowmeyer. Bowmeyer across the Long. Brandon Long guarded by Swain, very tight. Morissette dribbles to his right hand, feeds inside, knocked away by Trevor Garish. Defensive back in football has a nice deflection there. Shaw will turn it over. Shaw's played a great game so far, but turnover there. Fed inside and out of bounds.
Yeah, Dragons had tried to get a quick break there, but just a little too quick and really couldn't get much going there.
Here is, as Gray returns from the locker room, we have Brandon Long here to inbound to Morissette. Cross, passing around the three-point arc. Morissette dribbles, will give it back and out. Another pass across. A long shot for Bowmeyer is too far. Garish will get the rebound. Trevor Garish into the attacking zone. Out to Swain. He'll take a three-point attempt and rim and out. Here's Lay inside, and he will score for the Dragons.
Great to see a possession like that from the Dragons end in a point. Lisbon will take over. This is Thompson, I believe.
Pass inside, knocked away. Beautiful catch there by Cummings for the turnover. Inside to Shaw. That's knocked away, and he'll stay with the Dragons.
Seems that the Dragons are changing almost their entire lineup here.
We got a bunch of new guys. All right, so we got Swain's going to stay, Shaw's going to stay, but we got Owen Quinn, we got Will Marr, we got Owen McGrath. Oh, there's Shaw goes out. Here's Owen Quinn to inbound, the freshman quarterback in football. Will Marr will give it back to Quinn. Quinn looking, will throw it in, and it goes. First points for the freshman.
Always good to see the young guys getting that monkey off their back, getting their first point, especially on the first possession of that play.
Fed inside, gonna give it back out to Long. Long to Morissette. Morissette back. He'll dribble, defended by Owen McGrath. Morissette, left-handed pass is going to be intercepted by Owen Quinn. Back the other way for the Dragons. Quinn's going to pull up, and he will pump and pass inside. Shoots, and Lennox Moore will score.
Yeah, Robbie, that's another freshman with their first points here. Great to see that from the Dragons. They are a young team, so that's what you want to see out here.
Here's a three-point attempt for the Greyhounds, and they score. First points of the game for Lisbon.
Yeah, Robbie, first points of the game about 5 minutes in. So, again, they're going to score points, so we're not too mad about that.
Here's Moore, going to cut and give to Allen. Allen Swain with a three, and rim and out. Swain hasn't been the best from long shooting so far.
Yeah, we really hope he can find his mark here going forward.
Morissette inside to...
And Swain will come back there and deflect that out of bounds. That will be an inbound for the Greyhounds here.
That was Devin Klarick in there. This will be Morissette. Morissette gives to Klarick, and his pass goes out of bounds.
Looks like McGrath will inbound here for the Dragons.
He'll just give it back to Owen Quinn. Owen Quinn will dribble. As we approach 2:23 to go in this first quarter, as of course you know, watching at home, because we have a scoreboard now. Will Marr will put up a three, and he scores!
First points of the game for Will Marr there. Great to see him. I believe that was his first three-point attempt, and he'll put that one down. Greyhounds still struggling on defense. Marr with the steal there. Great 30 seconds here for Marr as he possesses it up the court. Turnover there. And here come the Greyhounds on an open break. Oh, and that will go in. Quinn was there but couldn't get to him. Quinn brings it up the court for the Dragons. Slowing it down, trying to set something up here. He'll take it to McGrath. McGrath in the paint. There's a foul there.
And he still got it in, Ethan, through the foul. But
That was not a foul.
what is that, Zach? Can you tell us?
That was a jump ball, not a foul.
And it will go to the possession arrow for Lisbon. Thank you, Zach. We got, along with Ethan, I have to my left, and I am Robbie Bowen here. We also got Zach Wintle in the house as our rules analyst, as he will help us out. Ethan and I, not the most experienced with basketball, but we're trying our best here. We got Zach in the house to help us out. And of course, also Malachi Mador in the building, in the booth with us, will help us with every single Lisbon player. He is an aficionado in Lisbon basketball. Swain will get the turnover.
Swain will carry it up the
And
court,
of course-
quick to Quinn. Quinn contested shot, that'll be just off. And Finn White will gather it up. Swain at the three-point line. Lennox with guys on him. He's in the paint, contested. Quinn for three, and that is just off. Finn trying to get the rebound, but too many Greyhounds there on the ball.
Ethan, once I try to talk about everyone in our crew, I get reminded that there are more people, so I'm very sorry to the people I did not mention. We got Brandon Ware working the camera for us here on Brunswick High Sports Network, and Brady Marzakis doing stats for us. That was Devin Leclerc with Devin Kalarick will score for the Greyhounds. Ethan, they've really started to put together some offense here. Very slow start for Lisbon, but they're doing well now. Here's Will Marr inside, feeds it out to Owen Quinn, could not handle it. Greyhounds ball.
Yeah, just as a reminder, this is the backup lineup essentially for the Dragons. So they're still getting some points up, but the Greyhounds are able to create a little more offense with this lineup in for the Dragons.
Yeah, it's a great point. Great point, Ethan. Morissette with the ball for the Greyhounds, guarded by Quinn. Looks to his right. Will come back to the left and drive into the paint and knocked away. Logan Gray gets a turnover. Gray up the court. Clarik's the only guy there, and Clarik's able to prevent the points, and Moore will lose it out of bounds.
Yeah, great opportunity there for Moore, and he will just get fouled, and he will go to the line.
Zach, what was the call there?
It was a foul, on a shooting foul on the foul.
Okay, so is that going to be two free throws for the Dragons?
Yes, it will be.
Moore will miss his first off the back of the rim.
I got to think now.
And he'll get his second and final. Moore dribbles a few times. Will put it up, and he scores. His second free throw. As Kalarick will inbound, intercepted there by Owen Quinn. Bounce pass inside to Moore, and off the front of the rim. Greyhounds get it back. Pass up the court. Here comes Lisbon. They got 3 seconds to go. Gray's going to wrestle away. Can he put it up before the clock runs out? He cannot. And it's off the backboard anyway. First quarter comes to an end. It's 19-7 Dragons. We will get that clock reset, and should be about a minute break. Zach is about a minute break. About how it goes.
Yeah, I'd say a minute, maybe 30 seconds.
Even 30 seconds. How about that?
Yeah, great quarter from the Dragons there, and as a reminder for our viewers, Zach Wintle actually does know ball, but he is trying to control the scoreboard, so you know what the time is, what the score is. So Zach does know ball.
Let's talk a bit more about the scoreboard, Ethan. I think that's what everyone at home really wants to know about. I love having the scoreboard. Of course, last year we were on Facebook, did not have the scoreboard. Now we have a scoreboard. Everyone at home always going to know what the score is. That's thanks to Zach Wintle right here, of course. And if you're watching hockey, it's going to be thanks to Brady Marzakis, who works our scoreboard there.
Yeah, big improvement here for BHS, and definitely on the upswing. Very helpful as a viewer to know what the time is, especially in a game like basketball, where the time is so important, especially as the game gets on.
But of course, none of this would be possible without the support of all of you out there. Thank you to everyone who is spending their night watching Brunswick boys basketball on Brunswick High Sports Network. We'll get the second quarter started. Ethan, I'm very interested in who the Dragons will put out there. Looks like Trevor Garrett's going to be back out. Trevor and Keegan Cummings, the only two seniors on this Dragons team. Is that correct?
That is correct. The only two dressing. There is another senior who is injured. That is Cam Beal.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Looks like the Dragons will start the same way they started the game here, as Rylan Lay inbounds to Brendan Shaw.
Shaw will take it into the offensive zone for the Dragons. Here's Logan Gray. Will throw it across. Nice one-handed catch there by Shaw. Shaw inside to Garish, lost control, and the Greyhounds will take back over. He'll put up a three. Air ball. It will be caught by Kalarick. Kalarick wrestling with Shaw, and will get a jump ball. see who the possession error was towards. It is towards Greyhounds. So Cleric will inbound, guarded by Garish. Can he get around that 6'5" Trevor Garish? He is able to. Pass inside is knocked down by Logan Gray. Gray up the court to Shaw. Shaw dribbles through his legs. This is Rylan Lay inside. We'll put it up and we'll get, I believe that's a travel.
That is a travel. Good work, Robert.
Thank you so much. I'm learning, Ethan. I'm learning. Cleric inbounds there. Brandon Long. It is Brandon Long, as Malachi will let me know. Long guarded by Gray. Back to Cleric. Cleric guarded by Cummings. Signals. Still signaling. And it's knocked away by Lay. Turnover. Here comes Cummings. 2-on-1 for the Dragons. Cummings pulls up, puts up the 2, and it won't go. It'll be Greyhounds ball.
Yeah, interesting in that last possession, the Greyhounds seemed to try to slow things down to see if they could penetrate this Dragons defense, but still to no avail.
Here comes Long for the Greyhounds, once again guarded by Logan Gray, who had a very nice start to this game. I don't know exactly how many points, but I'm sure it was a good amount. Here with Cummings wrestling for it, and Gray's going to come away with it. Up to Lay. Layup is good for Rylan Lay.
Great analogy. I see what you did there, Robert.
Thank you so much. Well, that's what we do here at BHSN. We have incredible, impeccable, if you will, wordplay. Here to Cleric along the sidelines, able to stay in bounds. Just kidding. He was out. It'll be Dragons ball. Gray will inbound once again.
Great work here from the starting 5 for the Dragons as they are really taking control. The Greyhounds will make a few substitutions to see if they can combat the Dragons here.
Here comes Brendan Shaw up the court. Guarded by Edens. Gives it off to Garish. Garish will drop it back to Cummings. Will pull back and feed to Lay, who scored just a moment ago. And Garish is able to pick up the loose ball and put it away for another 2.
Yeah, great to see Lay get rid of that. It seemed like everybody on Lisbon in the paint there was swatting at him.
Morissette will feed to Cleric. Morissette puts it up for 3 off the front of the rim and out. Garish way up the court for Lay. He's open, and he's going to go. Contested layup won't go.
You know, that pass from Garish there was almost Robbie Bowen-esque. You see that on the football field. Good to see that type of transfer from the football field to the court for Garish.
That's a great point. Absolutely. Lay on for the free throw. What the foul was, I'm not exactly sure, but throughout the course of the season, I'm sure that I'll be able to tell you exactly what it was. Lay misses his first. Zach, do you know what the foul was?
It was a shooting foul.
Shooting foul, of course. Second free throw for Rylan Lay, upcoming. And he makes it. Here comes Morissette down the side of the court. Morissette signals and will pass to Long. Long defended by Gray. Long inside, puts it up, and we'll get another whistle.
Yeah, that'll be the second foul of the game for the Dragons. Not sure if that was on Gray or Garish.
It was on Brendan Shaw.
It was on Brendan Shaw. Sorry. Long from the free throw line. Sorry, he will make his first. Swain will check in for the game as Cummings comes to the bench.
Ethan, I completely forgot that I printed out a paper with every single basketball signal and what they mean, so I'm going to use that for the rest of the game. As Long makes 2 for 2? 2 for 2. Sorry, I was looking down for the first one. Here comes Shaw back the other way for the Dragons. Defended by Morissette, gets the pick by Garish. Still looking, passes inside, and Garish able to keep it in bounds. Nice play there. Back to Lay, into the paint, puts it off the backboard, and Morissette coming back for the Greyhounds. A little bit of an odd-man rush, but he pulls back, now drives, and it goes out of bounds. We'll stay with the Greyhounds. Looks like Gray must have gotten a hand on it and went out. We'll get a sub here. Garish comes out, and Lennox Moore goes in. He had a nice first quarter, would you say?
Yeah, I agree, and it seems like Coach Clark is trying to mix up the lineup here. Not like a full lineup change like he did in the first quarter, but trying to filter guys through and see who he can work with. Brendan with a great save there.
That is a beautiful play, Ethan. Shaw knocked away the shot and then was able to keep it in bounds and give to Moore. And now here comes Gray with the 3, and it goes. Logan Gray for 3, and the Dragons extend their lead.
You know, that 10-3 connection is going to feed families this year, Robert.
Absolutely, Ethan. Couldn't have said it better myself. Driving inside. And we'll get a whistle.
I just fucking went out of here. What'd you do with Apple?
That'd be the second foul on Shaw in the last couple minutes. Morissette will inbound for the Greyhounds. Out to the point. Morissette regains the ball as Shaw defends. Morissette will carry around as he gets it to the point. Shaw, Moore and Swain there combined for the turnover there.
Folks, we are having a bit of technical difficulty with the scoreboard. We promised the score is still 27-9, and it is still 27-9. Looks like the clock is still working as well. So we gotta share it again. Zach got disconnected. Can you open your airdrop again?
Airdrop?
Yeah.
We will have a timeout here.
I don't know what airdrop is.
You don't know what airdrop is?
Zach might know everything about the sport of basketball, but he does not know what airdrop is until now.
This will be a 30-second timeout here.
And Zach is back in. So we'll get the scoreboard back updated. Thank you so much, folks, for staying with us through that. That's about as bad as the technical difficulties we'll get. So thank you for everyone who is with us here tonight, as this timeout will come to an end and we'll get back to the action.
Yeah, just bear with us here, folks, as this is our first basketball game, so we're working out some kinks in the system. Hopefully we will be ready to go for the first couple games of the season.
Roy Thompson in to inbound, and he passes across. Pass is caught. Morissette's going to put up a long 3, and off the back of the rim, Lennox Moore gets the rebound. Nice play there. Gets it to Shaw. Shaw up the court for the Dragons. Will he pull up? He does not. Feeds across to Wilmar, who hit a 3 earlier. Tries it again, and this one will not go. Beaumere for the Greyhounds. Defended by Shaw. Gives it to Morissette. Passes across and up the long 3, and knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Dragons ball.
You know, the Dragons really aren't giving these Greyhounds much time on the three-point line. It seems like they will just be attacking them as Brendan Shaw will carry the ball up the court, trying to set something up here for the Dragons. He'll feed it to Moore at the top. Over to Swain. Swain will carry. Looking to find Marr. He'll find Gray. Gray in the paint. Out to Shaw. Shaw will put up a 3, and that is just over. Too strong there from Shaw.
Morissette once again been saying his name a lot. Had the ball in his hands a lot of the game. Roy Thompson drives. Gives it to Beaumere. Edens across back to Morissette. Now Beaumere. Defended by Gray. Edens looks back to Morissette. Back around. Roy Thompson in the right hand. Gives it to Morissette. Defended by Shaw. Pass across. Gray knocked it away, and Marr will retain possession for the Dragons. Will Marr gives it to Shaw. Shaw, they're going to call that a travel. Shaw did not like that call.
Yeah, Robbie, he doesn't look too happy there. Coach Clark not too happy either, but that is one of the few mistakes that Shaw has made this game, so we're gonna let him go on that.
We're gonna let him go on that one. Hey, yeah, he's pretty good at basketball, I guess.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah. Of course, Brendan Shaw also in our AP Calculus class. Smart guy, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Brendan Shaw and Miss Dolan and all the people in AP Calculus this year.
That's a great point. Logan Gray with another steal. He has been great at that this game. That's his 4th of the game, according to Brady Marzakis. Marr across to Alan Swain. Swain back to Marr. Once again, he's hit 3 earlier. Gives it to Shaw. Shaw looking. Will drive into the paint. Tries to put up the layup and won't go. And is that a shooting foul?
Yes, I believe it is, Robbie. That is a shooting foul.
You're saying I got a basketball rule right. I got the foul right.
Yes,
That's
I'm
amazing.
very impressed.
Everyone, I hope everyone at home gave me a nice round of applause for that.
Shaw will try to get the first points here in a couple minutes in this game.
And it goes. Nice shot there by Shaw.
And it looks like McGrath will check in here for Gray.
Yep, Logan Gray, as we mentioned, has, I believe, 4 or more steals.
23, Jacob Colby Renell on for
Shaw makes both of them. Great job there by Brendan Shaw, the junior.
Yeah, that'll bring the Dragons' lead up to 20 as we have down to 2:50 left in this half.
Inbounded by Matthews to Roy Thompson, who will throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, seemed to just be a miscommunication there with the Dragons, or with the Greyhounds. 23 was not expecting that ball coming his way.
Here's the freshman Owen Quinn, scored earlier. Quinn will pass to the fellow freshman Moore, gives it to Swain. Swain uses the pick. McGrath also uses the pick. Quinn also uses the pick, and now Swain will finally take it in, and we will get. You say he was out of bounds.
No, it was a foul. It was a foul on the floor.
Foul on the floor, so it'll be Greyhounds ball.
No, it'll be our ball. They fouled us.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Well, sorry, I'm not supposed to be too biased here. Sorry to all the Lisbon fans out there. Quinn will give it on the inbound to Mar. Mar drops it back off to Quinn. He's going to drive in with the right hand, puts up the layup, won't go, but Moore puts it away for the Dragons.
Great to see that. Those 2 freshmen creating the points there. That's great for the future of these Dragons basketball team.
Back to Roy Thompson, guarded by Mar. Gives it across to Matthews. Matthews to Colby Brunel. Beaumere back out to Roy Thompson, puts up the 3 off the front of the rim and out. Dragons ball. McGrath to inbound. Is that Finn White going to the game?
Yes, that'll be Finn White taking out Swain.
Sophomore number 5 in white. Quinn taking it up in the left hand for the Dragons. He will pass a bounce pass to Mar. Gives it to Moore. Moore standing. And turnover back the other way. Colby Brunel does not put it away. And the Dragons will get a turnover. Owen McGrath. That was a great opportunity for the Greyhounds, unable to convert. McGrath gives it to Mar, going to put up a 3, made one earlier, and no good. Moore wrestles for it. Nice, excellent rebounding there. But now this one's turned over. Roy Thompson back the other way for the Greyhounds, and he is knocked down.
Yeah, a couple of turnovers there in the O-zone for the Dragons, and the Greyhounds are just not able to capitalize on these. They'll get a couple chances for points here. Sorry, they will now inbound the ball.
Beaumere to inbound for the Greyhounds. Looking. And he'll give it off to Colby Brunel. Back to Brunel, puts up the 3. That one is short, and taken back by the Dragons. Owen Quinn.
Yeah, it seems like we have a little bit of a tussle here between Mar and 34 in the Greyhounds. Mar did knock him down earlier on the play, as Quinn will possess it and slide it over to Mar on the top of the 3-point line. Mar to McGrath. McGrath in the paint. McGrath contested. He'll put that up and right off, but he'll collect his rebound. That seems to be a foul there.
Coach Clark very happy with Owen there, as he foul was on number 34, RJ Lorette. We were just talking about him getting into it with Will Mar, and then he commits the foul there. Owen McGrath for 2 free throws. Makes his first.
Yeah, that little scuffle will be interesting to watch. I know Mar, they had a play day scrimmage on Saturday, and Mar seemed to be getting into it with a couple of the other players. So it'll be interesting to see that develop as the game goes on. McGrath will take his second shot. And that is just short as Moore gets knocked down.
Aiden Galino checks in, number 11 in black. And to the call is here.
Looks like a push in the back, I think.
Oh, okay. Is that going to send the Dragons back to the free throw line?
No, it's going to be, I think, it's going to send Lennox back to the free throw line, yes.
All right, Moore on for the Dragons.
Yeah, Lennox will take over from McGrath, giving the Dragons a couple more opportunities to pick up some points here.
Puts up the free throw, and no good. We'll get another opportunity. Dribbles. Puts it up. And misses both. Back the other way comes Matthews for the Greyhounds, defended by Mar. Will curl back, and Beaumere is able to pick up the ball. Colby Brunel, 40 seconds to go. in the second quarter. Inside to Matthews, puts it up, won't go, and McGrath takes over for the Dragons. He has 35 seconds to work with, and he gives it to Owen Quinn. Owen Quinn drives inside, gives it to Moore. Moore back outside for McGrath for three, off the front of the rim, and the Greyhounds will take over. 25 seconds to go. Ethan, probably not too much offense left, so Greyhounds will see what they can do with the time that they have remaining. Puts up the three and won't go. That shot was by Aiden Galino for the Greyhounds. Gives it off to Finn White. Finn White to Mar for three as the quarter winds down. In and out. And that will end the first half.
Yeah, the Dragons with a commanding 32-9 lead here. Been a while since the Greyhounds have been able to collect some points. When they did get a couple points in a row there. I think it was 7 at one point in the first quarter as the Dragons put in their subs. But in the last couple of minutes, the Greyhounds not really able to create much.
As Brady just told us, stat of the first half, Lennox Moore, freshman for the Dragons, recorded 3 rebounds. Very impressive there by the freshman.
Logan has more than 3 with 3 points.
All right, welcome back, basketball fans, to BHSN as we start this second quarter. During the halftime, we did learn of a few developments, the first of which is the head coach of this Lisbon basketball team was actually a coach on the Brunswick girls basketball team, which of course won the state championship last year. So maybe this shows that the Lisbon team is trying to turn this program around. Obviously had some struggles last year. So that is an interesting development. This coach knows how to win, and he's familiar with this gymnasium.
Ethan, yeah, that's probably a good point about why this preseason game got scheduled in the first place. Like, preseason games usually get scheduled because coaches are friends with one another, and obviously that explains it. Coach at Lisbon has a big connection to Brunswick.
Another interesting thing we learned about is that when we saw number 3, Gray, run off the court early in the first quarter, he actually had a shoe malfunction, which reminds me of the time when Zion Williamson broke his shoe, injured himself, and that was quite the scandal. So good to see that Gray is on the court. Hopefully not quite the scandal this time, but that is good to see as Gray will inbound this ball.
Yeah,
looking for Shaw. Shaw will take it. Lisbon seems to be stronger on the defense this time, as Shaw has a bit of trouble getting into the zone. Shaw looking for a pass. He'll find Moore. Moore back to Shaw. That'll be a travel. Shaw trying to take a stutter step there. Just takes one too many steps. Burnell will inbound it to Morissette here as he is defended by Shaw. Shaw keeping him up near the half-court line as he gives it back to Burnell. And Moore will poke it away. And Lisbon will inbound the ball.
You can hear Coach Clark there, very happy with Lennox Moore knocking that ball away. Greyhounds keep possession, but still another good defensive play by him. Really impressed by the freshman tonight.
Burnell will give it to Koleric. And Moore in there again on defense, but Lisbon collects it. Out to the 3, and that is no good off the side of the backboard as Moore carries it up. He will slow it down over to Garish. Garish will miss the layup. Moore still looking for the rebound, and that will be a shooting foul on the Greyhounds.
That was a jump ball, Ethan. I saw he did the 2 thumbs up.
So when 2 people come up with the ball and they both have their hands on it and they both all their feet land on the ground, it is called a jump ball.
Great.
It goes to possession arrow, right, Zach?
Yes, it is. Whoever had the ball last does not get the ball the second time.
Great analysis as Shaw takes up the court, and he cannot put that in. Moore with the second shot. It put it up. Garish is playing volleyball out there. As Moore is set, he has a wide open guy in front of the rim, and he will put that in. That'll be 2 for the Greyhounds, their first points in quite some time.
Brandon Long was wide open there, and Morissette just had to loft it to him, and he puts it away for exactly what you said, Ethan. First points in a while.
Shaw will possess it over to Moore. Moore in the paint, kicking it out to Garish. Shaw with an open 3, and he will put that in. Shaw's first 3 of the game. Shaw's second 3 of the game. Long in the paint. He'll put that off the backboard. No good. Moore over the head. Gray contested in the paint. And that will be a foul on the Greyhounds.
We're just playing some fun basketball here, Ethan. A little over the head pass. Why not, man? Why not?
Yeah, good to see the boys getting creative. Not sure if that's really a realistic in-game scenario, but good to see. Gray will shoot his first attempt. That is well short of the rim.
Ethan, do you think if he had his original shoes on, he would have made that free throw, or you think it's unrelated?
That's an interesting point, Robert. It's definitely affecting him. Could be in his mental state, which is a huge part of this game, I know for sure. Gray will make his second as Morissette possesses it into the Dragon defensive zone. That pass is fumbled by Koleric, and he will keep it in, and that will be out of bounds, heading in the Dragon direction.
Good play there by Keegan Cummings, as we mentioned, one of 2 playing seniors, and of course 3 total with Cam Beal.
Shaw will take a 3 there, no good. Moore collects it though, and that is short as Koleric collects it. That'll be a rebound for Koleric. Moore set, trying to collect it there, but a foul on Gray.
That was Lennox Moore's 6th rebound of the game, but unable to put away the short 2, and it'll be Greyhound ball.
Yeah, again, Coach Clark is going to be very happy to see this performance from Moore as Morissette carries it in, and Shaw will deflect it out of the bounds. Morissette will inbound. He will
Boy,
find Thompson. Thompson for 3. That is no good as Gray collects it. Gray will find Shaw. Shaw with a collision there with Morissette, and he finds Cummings open on the far side. Cummings will slow things down.
I will say, Ethan, that the Greyhounds, as Shaw's able to put away the 2, the Greyhound shooting has really improved as this game's gone along. And that the first and second, really just the first quarter, we saw a good amount of air balls from their shooters from distance, but we've seen a lot better shooting as the game's gone along. As Gray will give it to Shaw, and he unable to put that layup away. Garish inside. Greyhounds will get possession back.
Yeah, although the shooting may have improved, although they do only have 11 points, the passing is still struggling. That was a clear turnover right to Gray there that will lead to the foul shots for Garish.
That's Gray's 5th steal of the game. Maybe even more, as Brady wasn't here for the first quarter, and Brady counted 5 steals. That means if Gray had a couple in the first quarter, maybe even more. So pretty insane defensive game from Logan Gray is my point. A little bit of a convoluted speech there, but you understand what I mean.
Of course, Garish's laser on his first attempt will miss as he goes for 2. That will be off as well, going off the backboard as the Greyhounds collect it. Greyhounds will bring it up the court. Meyer possessing the ball now. Logan just missing that ball. Morissette on the 3-point line. He'll take that. No good off the rim. Shaw collecting that rebound. Great rebounding game for the Dragons here. He'll find more. He's got Garish. Garish in the paint. Oh, almost dunks that one.
Garish is one of the couple players on this Dragons team that is able to conduct a slam dunk, as they call it. Thought he was going to do that there, unable to.
Greyhounds from the corner, and that will go in. That'll make it 38-14 Dragons.
That was the best shot of the night for the Greyhounds. That was RJ Lorette for 3. Beautiful shot there, and the Greyhounds got possession right back with Morissette.
Tough turnover there for Moore as Meyer takes the helm for the Greyhounds. That'll be a jump ball, and the possession arrow is with the Dragons, so they will inbound the ball here. That'll be a 60-second timeout for the Dragons. What do you think the message here is for the Dragons right now, Robbie?
Well, obviously, it's a preseason game, so you're not really worrying about the scoreboard at all. Just like keep pressuring. As we get into the third quarter, probably see even more of the young guys start to play, although we have really already seen the whole roster, I feel like, Ethan. But maybe even more so to the young guys. And yeah, just keep going. Play the whole, 32 minutes, that's it. Play the whole 32 minutes. Finish out the game. We're halfway through the third quarter right now. And just keep going. They played a good game so far.
Yeah, these Dragons not currently in the game are looking a little anxious on the bench. Do you think we'll see more of them as this game progresses, Robert?
Absolutely. That's what preseason games are for. Get everyone out on the court, get everyone ready. Hope Logan Gray's okay. What do you see there in his nose, Ethan?
It seems to be some sort of tissue in his left nostril. I repeat, his left nostril.
I believe
that could affect his game. What do you think, Robert?
He does deal with nosebleeds, I believe. I don't know if I should share personal information
like
that. But
forget we said that. Not sure what is going on with Gray here.
Not true. I don't think he has anything in his nose, Ethan. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? I didn't.
No, Gray will be sidelined, though, to replay this game.
Yeah.
Swain will inbound it for the Dragons, looking for Shaw. That'll be turned over. Tough defense from the Greyhounds.
Ethan, probably the reason that we haven't seen Trevor Garish as much tonight is because he's still recovering from football-related leg injuries. That's why he's wearing that big knee brace. So interesting to see him play even this much, but good to see that he's getting closer to 100%.
That's a good point, Robert, as Swain will collect it and give it to Cummings in the corner, who takes the 3. That is no good, as Morissette will collect that rebound. Morissette bringing it into the Dragon zone. Brendan with tough defense there, but Morissette will take a 3. That is well short, but is kept in, and another attempt, no good. Moore will pass it along to Brendan Shaw. Brendan contested in the paint, and he'll put that in for 2.
That's just a beautiful play. That's Brendan Shaw. Call that Brendan Shaw basketball right there. One-handed layup from a little bit of distance, puts it in the back of the net.
A 3 there, no good for the Greyhounds, as Cummings will take this up the court on a fast break. and the layup is no good. Shaw's attempt will be fouled, and he will head to the free throw line.
Looks like we got McGrath and Lay about to be subbed in following these free throws for Brendan Shaw. 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Of course, you all know that because how many times do I have to talk about how great our new scoreboard here is on VHSL? Absolutely love it.
Shaw will make his first attempt as Quinn, McGrath, and Lay come in for the Dragons, taking out Lennox Moore, Trevor Garish, and Keegan Cummings.
That's going to get Brendan Shaw to 10 points on the night. Really good game there for him. And, of course, we only know that because of Brady Marzakis doing our stats for us. Love you, Brady.
Number 10 looking for point number 11 here.
Had some great number.
He will get it. Greyhounds will inbound the ball, looking for some energy here as they were down 42-14. They will possess it at the top. Stolen by Shaw. This Dragon defense is all over the Greyhounds here. Shaw will another one, and that'll be 13 for Shaw. Great night for Shaw.
Absolutely. I think he's been their best player tonight. Probably overall, Shaw, Garish up there, but with Garish still not being at 100%. Played a little less tonight. Shaw definitely player of the night so far. Along up there with Logan Gray and Lennox Moore. All those guys played really well.
Swain will give it to Shaw, and that'll be in. That is 15 for Shaw. He has had quite the past minute here. Greyhounds will shoot from the corner. That is in. Took a funny bounce off the top of the backboard as Quinn will gather it and take the helm for this Dragons offense.
That was Nolan Parker with the 3 for the Greyhounds. Nice shot there. As I mentioned earlier, shooting for the Greyhounds has increasingly progressed. Has gotten better as the game's gone along.
Shaw making it happen with passes and points all over. Feeding it to Lay, but he is no good. Greyhounds trying to get something going. Here's another 3. No good.
Okay.
Greyhounds seem to be taking a lot of 3s here, but haven't been able to connect on many.
That's a great point. Dragons have a lot of size, definitely have more size than the Greyhounds, so probably makes the Greyhounds not want to drive into the paint as much.
Yeah,
as
very
the
deep
have.
3 for the Greyhounds is missed as Lay hugs the goal line here. Quinn into the middle, and Lay will pick that up, gathering 2 points for the Dragons.
We got a timeout here for the Greyhounds. Nice drive there by Owen Quinn. Unable to put it away, but Rylan Lay is right there to get the rebound and score for the Dragons. 48-17 now.
Yeah, Robbie, what do you think of these 2 freshmen, Lennox Moore and Owen Quinn? Seem to be making an impact here. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's all there is to say. They're making an impact. I'm really excited to see their future. Obviously got 4 more years here at Brunswick. Really excited to see how they do the rest of this year.
Yeah, these 2 freshmen for the Dragons getting some good playing time here in this scrimmage. Seems like that might translate to some in-season games.
Yeah, absolutely. As we mentioned, only 2 seniors playing for the Dragons. Obviously, it's still 3 in total. I'm sorry, Cam Beal. It's still 3 in total. But only 2 seniors playing. Because of that, the freshmen guys step up. All the underclassmen guys step up. And you can see the future of the Dragons might be the now of the Dragons with Owen Quinn and Lennox Moore playing so much.
Thompson will possess, stolen by Brendan. He will put that in. Shaw seems to have found another gear in this third quarter.
He's been absolutely amazing in this third quarter. That's all I have to say.
All right, that's enough of that, Robert. McGrath will collect it with speed up the court. He will take it all to himself and get it in with a foul, and he will go to the line looking to make this a 3-point play.
How about that? As that puts the Dragons to 52 points.
Marr will check in for Shaw as the bench gives him quite some love, and he deserves it.
Here's McGrath. He will not make it, but it's put away by Lay. So McGrath missed the 1-point shot, and the Dragons will get 2 out of it. So it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, you'd almost rather see that than a straight connection on the free throw. Some tough defense from Quinn here, but that will be out of bounds. Great defense from Quinn will force the Greyhounds out of bounds, and looks like Marr will inbound it here for the Dragons.
No way.
Mar will feed it to Quinn. Quinn taking his time moving it up the court here. Looking for options, will feed it to Lay. Lay at the top of the three-point line. Swain attacking. He'll feed it to Quinn. Just wide. Mar collects it, a shot, and that'll go in. Great possession there from the Dragons.
Yeah, that's just great offense. Everyone getting involved here for the Dragons. Morissette will feed it outside to Edens. Braden Edens back to Kalarick. He is guarded by Lay. Kalarick wrestling for it, gets it out to Morissette. Morissette is able to collect now down to 20 seconds left in the quarter. Guarded by Quinn. Back to Kalarick. Kalarick dribbling in his right hand. Long way out. Gives it back to Morissette. Down to 13 seconds to go. Morissette signaling. Will pass to Matthews. Matthews drives. Back out to Morissette. Will he take the three? He makes Quinn jump. Puts up the long two. And he scores.
Great possession from the Greyhounds there as there is a second left in this quarter. Quinn will not get the shot off.
As someone who has played a lot of sports here in this gym, just messing around, throwing a football, I can say that volleyball net is very low. You get balls trapped up there all the time. That was Owen Quinn trying to take a full court shot and it hit. I don't know if you can see in the stream, but it's a very low volleyball net that will knock down a lot of passes.
Yeah, Robbie, in my unbiased opinion, I think that may have been heading for the basket.
I think it would have gone. I mean, you could probably go back to the clock. Probably could go back to the clock and say that he released it after the buzzer. Well, I guess we'll never know. I guess we can just assume that it would have gone in if there was no net, right? We can just assume that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. You got to give it to him. Another interesting thing to note here is Morissette, the shoe choice, he has gone with two different colors.
That's beautiful, man.
That's actually not what I was thinking, but would you like to explain why you think that's beautiful?
Well, we're getting close to the holiday Christmas season. Christmas colors there, red and green. I love it. I love it, Ethan. I love it.
Yeah, I think a bold shoe choice like that has to be earned, and I think that is just not what is happening here in this game.
I think Morissette's played a fine game, Ethan. I don't know. Morissette's guarded here by White, dribbling in his left hand. We'll give it off to Long. Long coming back here. Played a good second quarter, a little bit quiet in the third. But here's Morissette out to Kalarick. Kalarick's going to pull up and put up a three off the backboard and out. Lay gets the rebound up the court for the Dragons. Lay into the paint, Euro step, and he scores.
The Dragons are on a rhythm here as Morissette will possess it up the court. Morissette looking for a three. That'll be off, collected by Lay. Lay with here is to Burge, who is in the game for the first time of the night. To Burge will slide it to White. White looking to slow things down, trying to create something for the Dragons offense here. White will attack. White in the paint, great pass to Lay. Lay looking for something. To Burge open for three, and that will go in. About 30 seconds for Burge, and he has got three.
We've seen
Kalarick over to Morissette. Morissette looking for options. He will switch the ball back to Morissette. Morissette to Fortin. Fortin will put that in. Score now 61-21 Dragons. White will take this ball up the court for the Dragons. Over to Lay.
Fun fact about Finn White, sorry to interrupt you, Ethan, but fun fact about Finn White is that he won the Maine Lax Power Defensive Midfielder of the Year on Instagram for the sport of lacrosse, and he's out here playing basketball.
Yeah, you just love to see the multiple sport athletes. Finn White is a three-sport athlete, also playing soccer in the fall, which he is a great player. Morissette will possess it up the court. Quinn looking for one. And here's a three from the Greyhounds. That will not go, as Burge gives it to White as the Dragons look to slow things down here.
61-21 here, midway through the fourth. White will give it inside to Lay. Lay looking, he'll dribble, give it off to Will Mar. Will Mar will give it back to Finn White. Finn White driving under the rim and won't go. But we'll get a whistle. Was that a shooting foul?
It looks like it was a shooting foul.
Thank you, Zach. Shooting foul there, and we'll get 2 free throws for Finn White.
Yeah, great analysis from Zach there on the shooting foul. White with his first attempt. That is no good. White for his second attempt. That will go, adding a tally to the Dragon points. The Greyhounds will possess it. Choleric, defended by Taberge, will give it over to Thompson. Thompson looking for something. We'll give it over to Morissette. Morissette back to Thompson, over to the corner. A 3 is good. That'll be
Jackson Roy Thompson, nice 3 there. Wait, what? Oh, my bad, folks. That was Aiden Galino with the 3. Beautiful shot there for the Greyhounds.
Galino just entered the game, and similar to the Burge, got a 3-point early.
Galino dribbles out of bounds there, and it's be back to the Dragons. I'm just kidding, folks. There's a foul.
Rare to see a possession, offensive possession for the Dragons not end in a tally to the scoreboard, but that will occur as Morissette has his dribble deflected out of bounds. Morissette will inbound for the Greyhounds. He will float it to Fortin, but that is intercepted by Lay. Lay will feed it to White as the Dragons slow it down. Looking to create something. White will attack, feeding it out to Quinn. Quinn in the paint, and beautiful shot that will not go. Finn White, great effort to keep it in. Oh, double. And wow, what a play by the Dragons.
Are you kidding me, Ethan? A double save. Finn White diving and keep the ball in play. He throws it out of bounds. Lay is going to dive out and also save it. He gets it to Owen Quinn, who finishes. That's a beautiful play. Hustle play all around by the Dragons, and they convert.
Yeah, and Quinn will get an extra attempt here at the free throw line, as Lay will be replaced by Cummings.
I'll be talking about that play for years, Ethan. The double save, that's what we're calling it.
That is true. That shot will go for Quinn as Morissette possesses it up the court. Over to Choleric. Choleric dribbling, defended by Cummings. We'll get it over to Fortin. Fortin out to Thompson. Thompson back to Morissette. Hit a hezzy there, and he will drive to the paint and put that one through. 65-26 is the score in favor of the Dragons.
We have Zach Wintle telling us that there was an uncalled double dribble there, but the Dragons with possession now. Cummings inside, and Choleric will get it back for the Greyhounds. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Great analysis there from Wintle as Choleric will drive into the paint, and that is an obvious foul, as is stated by Wintle.
That would be a travel there.
That would be actually.
Yeah, it's called a travel, Ethan. That's okay, though.
Yeah, luckily we have Zach Wintle to correct us on these errors as we are working through our first game of the season.
Yeah, Devin Choleric was not a fan of that travel call. I think it was an okay call. Might be a little biased. Malachi Medor of Lisbon is now telling me that I'm biased for thinking that it was a travel. I don't know.
Back to the game. Finn White stumbling. A tussle on the ground as Mar will dive for it and recover it for the Dragons. Cummings over to White. White with a hezzy. He will feed it to Quinn. Cummings from the corner. That will not go as the Greyhounds collect it. Carrying it up the court. Strong defense from Will. He's got a hand on his back. Thompson looking to drive into the paint, and that will be a foul.
Looks like it's a foul on the floor.
Can you tell the folks what that means, Zach?
Thank you, Zach Wintle.
Here's Matthews driving in for the Greyhounds. Defended by Marr, puts it up. It's short. Finn White will catch and get the steal. Possession. Speedy Finn White into the offensive zone. Cummings will put up a 3, a second try of the quarter, and it won't go either.
Cummings seems to be struggling from the corner there. Marr will deflect that pass, and the Greyhounds will keep it in out to Bo Meyer. Bo Meyer driving the paint, and he will fumble that, but a Greyhound is there to collect it. Taberge will carry it up the court for the Dragons. Back to Finn White. White calling out 2.
Probably a play of some sort. Gives
That
it
is
back
true.
to McGrath. McGrath driving into the paint with his left hand, puts up the layup, and it spins in and out. Oh, boy. Really close there. Back the other way is Roy Thompson for the Greyhounds.
A 3 attempt is no good for the Greyhounds. Greyhounds offense seems to be based around a lot of threes, which they can't seem to be connecting tonight.
I would say it's the overall smaller size of Lisbon that contributes to that offensive strategy. But they have been able to put up 26 points tonight, so not too bad.
Yes, it is notable. The Dragons team is significantly taller than this Lisbon team.
We would list off the heights to you, but I believe that a lot of the heights on the roster might be a bit inflated, Ethan.
Yeah, that seems to be the way that basketball teams work. Looking at the roster earlier, I was a little suspicious of a few of the heights. May have to confront Coach Ben Clark about that later. Bowen will inbound for the Greyhounds. The Greyhounds will possess it. Cummings will recover that and possess it up the court. Over to Burge. To Burge with an option. He will put that up, and that is good. Making that .67 for the Dragons. To Burge.
Here comes Talon Emil for the Greyhounds. Gives it back now to Nolan Parker. Thank you, Malachi. Parker gives it to Lorette out of bounds. And it will stay with the Greyhounds.
Yeah, it looks like there was a deflection there on White, and that is why the Greyhounds will inbound it here.
Parker to inbound, gives it to Beaumier. Beaumier defended by Cummings. Loses possession. Here comes DeBurge.
Will he dunk it? No. He will get the 2. Would have loved to see a dunk there. Not sure if DeBurge is capable, but that would have been very exciting.
Absolutely.
A 3 attempt is no good for the Greyhounds, as a strong effort from McGrath will keep that ball in.
I've loved what I've seen from the effort of these Dragons on all those sideline saves. It's been beautiful, as Cummings will not score. But that's what I've been most impressed with. I don't watch a lot of basketball, if you couldn't tell, and yeah, very impressive what I've seen today.
Yeah,
especially that double save play from earlier.
Great to see this type of energy from the Dragons so earlier in the season. Seems like this could be a game that's later in the season.
That's a good point there, Ethan. Of course, teams get better as the season progresses, but I like what I've seen here today out of the Dragons, as they now lead 69-26, which of course you know because of our scoreboard operator, Zach Wintle.
A long inbound throw will bring the ball to the top of the three-point line for the Greyhounds. Over to number 10. He will feed it through, but that is deflected by McGrath. White will possess it. Had DeBurge there, but he will slow things down. 10 seconds remaining in this game. He will run out the clock.
Will he put up a backwards three-point attempt to end it? He will not. He's going to do the sportsmanlike thing and run out the clock there. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. We got a little bit more business to attend to. Brady, who are our offensive and defensive player of the games?
Defense, you got number 32 Moore. He had 6 points.
Lennox Moore, our defensive player of the game. I would also put Logan Gray in there. He had a whole bunch of steals tonight, but Lennox Moore with 6 rebounds. Very impressive game out of him. And for offense, we're going to give it to junior Brendan Shaw, who had 17 points on the night. Those are your stars of the game: Lennox Moore, Logan Gray, and Brendan Shaw. Very good game by the Dragons here as they win the preseason action 69-26. The next time the Dragons will be out here will be a real game, which I cannot remember who they're playing. I'm very sorry, folks, but I'll get that information to you eventually, and we'll see you then.
And of course, stay tuned on Instagram, YouTube, and anywhere you find VHSN to find out when live streams are coming. Thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you next time.
From all of us here, Brandon, Brady, Ethan, Robbie, Zach, and